Hello, everybody. We're Group 5, and our game is Moonlight Revelry. UIUIUI, right, that's our group name. Our game is Moonlight Revelry. And I'm going to just give a brief introduction of our game, how we got to this, and hand it over to the gameplay itself. So next slide, please. Brief introduction to our team. Jose, Almog, Jungwoo, me, Sumukh, Steven, Elena, and Grace. As you can see, we all worked on various parts of the game. None of us did one thing in particular. We all did at least like 2 things, except for our artist, who was very good at art, indeed. And so, yeah, big shout out to our entire team. So our game is loosely based on East Asian themes. It's very stylistic, and we decided to make it a variant of Capture the Flag with 4 players. And we decided on this choice because it offers a lot of potential customization. I mean, the topic itself is fairly simple. It's straightforward. 4 players trying to get a hold of a flag. Whoever holds the flag at the end of the game wins. But we were able to customize it with a wide array of power-ups and various other features, which Stephen will describe to you shortly.
Thank you to, there is Thomas Rexon, who supplied our text, and Michael Peng, who supplied our music through a machine learning model and a little bit of his own brain. And also Group 5's from 2022, I believe, their defeat and victory UI elements.
We shamelessly lifted them.
Yes, and also Jeff and Anthony, of course, for making this class happen, I believe. And Ryan Lee for moral support and just always being there in the basement with us. That was the other one.
Please, round of applause for these people.
There we go. Also, further shout out to Unity and Taobao for assets. We got it for 35 RMB. What a deal.
Yeah, the original asset was like $30 on Unity, but like I found it on Taobao for cheap. So, yes. Okay, anyway, so I guess a bit more about our game. As Sumukh previously mentioned, we indeed do have a variant of Capture the Flag, but there is a twist. Instead of, there being a score or, you trying to take your flag and return it to a base, the win condition for this game is very simple. At the end of the 5 minutes, you must be the one to hold the flag. It does not matter who held the flag before. It does not matter who had the most amount of kills. The only thing that matters is that you hold the flag at the end, which means that anybody can win until the very last second, which I think is pretty exciting. If you look at it that way, right, our game is kind of a combination of free-for-all and 3v1, because while everybody's trying to win, there's always sort of that like 1v3 dynamic going on. Can we have the next slide, please? Okay, and to help you with getting the flag, you are equipped with a variety of power-ups. So the player controls 5 different elements, and each element has a movement power and a attack power associated with them. And this is helpful because there are 2 ways that you can get the flag from another player. You can either kill them and then take the flag, or you can use your movement and directly steal the flag from them. No violence required. So you'll get to see a lot of these power-ups being showcased later on when we play the game. So hopefully look forward to that. Next slide, please. And I also just wanted to take a moment to acknowledge the shenanigans that happened during the development process. We produced some absolutely beautiful lines of code during our development. As you can see here, seconds less than 1 times 30. And then an if-else statement where both of the actions is image.draw. And then in particular, one thing that was really quite excellent was that I had the bright idea of using an unsigned int to store the HP. And then I did a comparison later on where I saw if HP was less than or equal to 0. And it took me like 1 week to find that bug. And then Jungwoo found it in like 30 minutes. So that was quite fun. Our UI, which is the namesake of our team, one of the files has 1,385 lines of code. Yeah, so I just wanted to say we had a lot of fun developing the game. That's kind of the point that I was trying to make here. Sorry for rambling a lot. But yeah, I guess I just wanted to thank everyone on my team for making this such a great experience. And I hope that you guys enjoy our demo as much as we enjoyed developing the game. And yeah, let's take it away. I forgot, 2 volunteers. You. All right, 2 or 3. Okay, two. All right. And then now I'll pass it to Elena to commentate. Yes.
We're back. So now you can see the game and its various print statements upon loading. That's pretty exciting. It takes a minute to load, and by that I mean it takes, I think, an actual minute to load. But there it is. Complete with music. All right, so what we can see now is our... Yes, so now we've actually entered the waiting phase because we have all 4 players. You can see they've loaded in, and the clock is going. That is from the letters that you saw in the slides for a moment. Yeah, now we just kind of have to wait. Because it does take a while to load, so we added this wait so that people wouldn't spawn when the game was already just mid-running. All right. Player 1 has grabbed the flag immediately. And maybe he'll pick up one of the mana and health things and demonstrate the sounds that go with that. He will not. That's the grapple. So yeah, there's 10 different things you can do in this game. There's those 5 elements. Each of those has a left click and a right click. The left click is some form of attack for all 5. And the right click is a movement ability for all of them. That one repels you from the nearest player. That one's the grapple. If he grapples again, yeah. It just drags you towards whatever you click towards. The water gives you a vertical boost. Particles, also very exciting. Oh, there is a kill feed in the corner, and also a health bar, and also a health text. All part of the UI, all in that 1,300 line file. Oh, there are also lanterns displayed all around the map, and our player, which can walk and jump. Player 3 stole the flag from player 4. And you should be able to see the flag at all times. It is white if it is behind anything, and if it's not behind anything, you can see it. There is also a rising water level that just rises throughout the entire game. So there's a bit less map as the game goes on, and if you are in the water, you will take damage, but if you have the flag, you will also heal. So, yes, this attack is the homing rocket. Yeah, there's a homing rocket, basically like a spray and a few different speeds of projectiles. Fire's a pretty fun one, if you want to try fire. with again the music running in the background the entire time. That is by Michael. Oh. Yeah, there's various sound effects for, there's sound effects for if you're like too high, if you're underwater, there's another sound effect. All of the attacks and movement abilities have their own sound effects. There's more for picking up the mana and the health. There's also a death sound effect. Have we died yet? Can somebody kill Steven? In-game, in-game. There we go. So that's what the death screen looks like. Wow, that was really short. It has complete with tooltips, which you can also access by pressing I, which I will do when I play the game later. Yeah, there's the tooltips. That shows you how to use all of the game attacks and movement abilities. Oh, a minute has passed, so now you no longer get to see the time to prevent players from simply waiting until the last possible second and trying to grab the flag. So you don't get to know how much time is left in the game. It's less than a minute left. There will also be a TikTok sound at, I believe, 30 seconds left. The music has also changed. I hope. There's the TikTok sound. TikTok is in a clock, not the app. Yeah. All of the lanterns also do produce light, which we have toned down. And by toned down, I mean we added fog, which just made it a lot less shiny. We had very metal-looking islands for a while yesterday. There's also clouds, which are made with the fun. Ah, victory. Success. Complete with Lingan Victory by Michael.
Okay, 2 more volunteers? Right here? Okay, the person is saying right here. Sure, okay. Who else? Right, all right, and the second round will begin momentarily. In the meanwhile, I'll open it up to questions. So any questions, please? Yes, please. The water, that is a great question. 4 questions, I'm gonna preface this. I don't have complete expertise over like every element of the game, so I'm probably going to be asking, my teammates for some of these answers. So the water in particular was implemented by Sumukh. You want to like tell us about how you implemented that? Huh? How did you do the water?
Hi. The water was you should go and help him. Okay. Yeah. The water was basically 3 steps. First, I did a FBM, so this is fractional Brownian motion. It's where you basically overlay waves of decreasing amplitude and increasing frequency on top of each other, so it forms like a rippling effect. And then on top of that, I did further levels of FBM for the normals only. So even though the vertices are not actually being deformed that much, the normals are, so it looks like the water is rippling more than it is. So it's just a neat trick. And then on top of that, I did a noise function for the colors like swirling and swiveling around. I hope that answered your question. I don't know who asked it, sorry. Any other questions? Yeah. All right, physics system. That is not me. 1 second.
Okay, cool. I'm short, but it bends. Okay, sorry, who asked the question about physics? Oh, hi, yes. Do you have a like more specific question than how physics works, or just like in general? Okay, so we're using just simple AABB boxes. So we're basically finding the like two coordinates, so the max coordinates of like XYZ of each object and the min, and then this will like mark the diagonal, if you kind of imagine it in 3D, of the ABB box, and each object has its own box, and those are the colliders basically, so those collide. Yeah. Does that answer your question?
So are the like islands also just a bunch of AABBs?
Yep. Yeah.
We rigged those in Unity. Well, not rigged, but we followed them.
Yeah. Anything else about the physics? Yeah. Can you manually what? No. So we have a way of calculating that based on like the vertices. No?
No, we did that from scratch.
You did that from scratch?
Unity. Painstakingly, yeah.
Okay. Well, I was dealing with like I guess had the data about the shapes of the objects, and I just like found from that on the server side the coordinates for the ABB box. But yeah, I didn't touch client much. Sorry. Anything else? Yes. We didn't really do meshes. Yeah. Sorry, what was the question? Okay. Yes.
Do you see the UI?
Yeah, I think a lot of people in the group, specifically Jose, worked a lot on the UI. I think there was a picture or like a screenshot on the slides of like a 30 or 1,300 lines that was just the UI. Yeah, Elena and Steven also worked on that. Yeah, I did say Jose was the main person. Yeah. So I think just in our weekly group meetings, the UI was one of the things that everyone was really excited about. Yeah. Yes. I don't know if there was a specific Oh yeah, sorry. So what was the inspiration behind the game? Do you wanna take it?
So I guess like the inspiration for this game, honestly, it's kind of hard to say because at the beginning we didn't really have any strong opinions about the game, right? I think like one inspiration for like kind of the East Asian thing is that way back in week 1 or 2, I don't know if you guys were there, but there was this like Japanese Matsuri, there was like a festival, and then I was just like walking there. It was like, oh, you know, it'd be cool if our game was kind of based on like a festival, right? So I pitched the idea to my teammates, and then I think it was Sumukh who suggested the idea of having like a capture the flag. So true, so true. And then like we just kind of worked on it, and then it just sort of became what it is right now. So hopefully that answers the question. Any other questions? Question. Ah, defeat. Sad. Was there another question? Huh? It is? Yeah, I mean, that's a lot thanks to, yeah, sure. I mean, Jungwoo and Sumukh, they did a lot of great work. Take it away.
Metric crap ton of optimization in the last week. It was running at like 5 FPS a week ago, and it was largely to do with the animation. I don't even know if we got to see the animation. So if you guys want to like quickly run up a third game and just showcase the animation, because that took like 5 weeks, and it had like so many bugs. And in the end, we had we had an animation system that had like several inefficiencies, and also the model itself was like 55,000 vertices and 400 bones, and it was rendering so slowly. So we had to trim down the model, we had to trim down the size of it, trim down the number of bones, trim down the number of calculations, make it more efficient, blah, blah, reduce the number of particles, and make various other modifications to basically increase the frame rate up to like 25 FPS, which is kind of what we get now. So, yeah. Yeah, they're just gonna show the animation real quick, because the animation, it took ages to get it to work, and it barely gets showcased in the game at all because it's so dynamic, which is kind of unfortunate, but you know, it is what it is. Any further questions while we're waiting? Yeah.
Who played the music? Michael and me. Today. And yesterday.
Yeah. So can two of you like walk over to each other?
Alright. Yes. Come here. Well, this is a weird island to do this on.
Yeah,
here.
do it on a real island. Yeah.
Where'd you go? Come here, debugger. Yep. Walk. Oh. Bestie. Are they?
Yeah, you can see it. You can see them walking.
There they go. Now they go. And you jump. Yep. Yeah. Oh, there's that too.
Sorry? I sorry, I can't hear anything.
Sound design is too aggressive. Can you repeat that, please?
Can you explain what's going on in the animation?
It's similar to the other group. We have a smooth skin algorithm, and it's basically going through keyframes and setting the pose, which then sets the skin every frame.
Any more with the animations? Any more with the animations?
No, we're good. Yeah. So, oh,
Wait,
yeah.
Can somebody shoot me just somebody shoot me a little bit with like fire? So earlier. Yeah. Well,
Can't
now
hear.
I'm dead.
Look, the rendering is.
Yeah.
Is there any client-side prediction going on?
There is no client-side prediction. It's just smooth because we optimized it. That's all.
The spinny thing also, Jose UI. That was
UI.
the first big UI thing. That was like week 3. Oh, yeah.
Spin it. Scroll it. Yeah.
And then of course little sine wave going.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, I forgot.
I am in fact.
Can you try using the numbers?
Oh, sorry.
Yeah. There's also jump animation, so if someone wants to just jump real quick.
Yeah.
Yeah. The arms curl up in and then
I can also do
yeah.
this.
Very cool. Right. Yeah. That's basically it, guys.
All right, well done.
Yeah.
Congratulations.